Ever since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was sworn into office in May 2023, he has carried a silent fear in his heart. He may not say it publicly. His media team may pretend it doesn't exist. His party men may act like all is well. But the truth is that Tinubu is afraid, and the person he is afraid of is Peter Obi. This fear didn't start during the campaigns. It didn't even begin after the elections. It started growing quietly after the results were announced and Peter Obi refused to go silent like the rest. After the 2023 presidential election, many expected Peter Obi to disappear like others before him. They thought he would vanish from the political scene, maybe travel abroad and enjoy his private life. But he didn't do that. Instead, he became more visible, more consistent, and more determined. Peter Obi began visiting victims of floods, attending funerals of young Nigerians who had died in protests or strange circumstances, showing up at public events, and posting real-time pictures and evidence of his efforts to stay connected to the common man. He did not act like someone who lost an election. He acted like someone who had just begun. That was the first shock to Tinubu's team. They thought Peter Obi was just a social media candidate. They believed that once he lost, his online boys would go back to making jokes and trending music. But something different happened. The Nigerian people, especially the youth, did not give up on Peter Obi. In fact, more people started paying attention to him. In meetings held in Abuja and Lagos, senior members of Tinubu's political circle started talking about Peter Obi more frequently. His name came up in security briefings, media strategy sessions, and party planning discussions. Every move he made was monitored. Every post he made was analyzed. Why? Because they knew he was not a regular politician. Tinubu's political career was built on strong alliances, deep pockets, and ground structure. He allegedly uses boys to do his dirty work while he stayed behind the scenes. But Peter Obi was different. He didn't have thugs. He didn't need to bribe anybody. He moved freely with the people. No police escort, no sirens, no convoy. He would walk into markets with just one aide. And people would rush him, not because he paid them, but because they believed in him. This scared Tinubu. In Nigerian politics, it is rare to see a politician who doesn't share money or buy votes. It is even rarer to see one who gets love from the people just by showing up. That is what Peter Obi did. Whether he was in Lagos, Kaduna, Abuja, or Onitsha, people gathered around him not because they were paid, but because they saw hope in him. Tinubu knows what this means. He knows that in a country where over 60% of the population is under 35, someone like Peter Obi, who speaks their language, listens to their pain, and lives a simple life, can become a major problem in 2027. The bigger fear is that Peter Obi is not just depending on noise. He is working silently. He is meeting with key people behind closed doors, former generals, retired judges, church leaders, youth leaders, and even some quiet members of Tinubu's own party. Obi is not waiting for 2027 to begin before he starts preparing. He is already working. Tinubu can see it. And it worries him. The president is also aware that people are getting more frustrated every day. The removal of fuel subsidy made transport and food prices rise beyond control. Electricity tariffs have gone up. The naira keeps falling. Young people are losing hope in Nigeria daily. Even those who once supported Tinubu are beginning to say, maybe Peter Obi was the one we should have chosen. That statement alone is more dangerous to Tinubu than 1,000 protests. In politics, perception is power. If more Nigerians begin to feel that they made a mistake in 2023, then Peter Obi automatically becomes the correction for 2027. This is the fear. And it is real. Peter Obi has not insulted Tinubu. He has not fought him publicly. He is not attacking him on TV. But the way he carries himself, the way he speaks, the way he remains calm and focused, that is what makes him dangerous to Tinubu's ambition. Even some foreign observers and diplomats now take Peter Obi seriously. They see him as a man who could actually win if Nigeria ever holds a truly free and fair election. They invite him to events, listen to him speak, and even mention his name in international reports. Meanwhile, Tinubu's own image has been stained by court cases, drug-related history from Chicago, and questions around his health. Whenever he speaks, many Nigerians struggle to understand him. In contrast, Peter Obi speaks clearly, with facts, figures, and purpose. That comparison keeps getting sharper, and Tinubu knows it. So while many think that Tinubu is resting in Aso Rock, they don't know the truth. He's not resting. He is watching. He is worried. And he is thinking hard about what to do before 2027 comes. Because deep down, even Tinubu knows something. Peter Obi is not finished. He is only just beginning. And that reality, quiet, calm, but powerful, is what truly keeps Tinubu awake at night. President Tinubu may appear confident in public. He smiles, travels, holds meetings, and speaks at events. But behind closed doors, the fear of Peter Obi is very real. Inside Aso Rock, the name Peter Obi comes up more than people know. His name is mentioned during security meetings, political briefings, and strategy sessions. Even when Tinubu is silent, his closest people can feel what is bothering him. He knows that Peter Obi is not an ordinary politician. And that is why he cannot be ignored. In Nigerian politics, most politicians operate with noise, show off, and plenty of media attention. They talk a lot, make promises, and disappear after elections. But Peter Obi has been different. Even after losing in 2023, he did not go silent. Instead, he became more focused, more visible, and more organized. He continued visiting schools, hospitals, disaster areas, and even families that lost their loved ones during national tragedies. He is constantly engaging with the people, not for attention, but to stay connected to them. That is what makes him dangerous to the Tinubu government. Inside Aso Rock, the worry is not that Obi is speaking too much, the real fear is that he is not speaking much at all. He is quiet, calculated, and consistent. His silence is not weakness. It is strategy. While others are shouting, Obi is planning. While other politicians are arguing on TV, Obi is building strong networks underground. Tinubu's team knows this. And it worries them. Some reports have even said that Obi is talking privately with former governors, retired military leaders, religious leaders, and international groups. He is not just building a political party, he is building a full movement. From the north to the south, east to west, he is connecting with people who feel cheated, ignored, and tired of the same old political system. Even in the north, where Tinubu believes he has strong control, Obi is gaining ground. Young Muslims, students, and business owners in places like Kano, Kaduna, and Jos are beginning to talk about him in a new way. They are saying, "He may not be from our tribe or religion, but he is honest. He doesn't steal. He respects people." This is what scares Tinubu's camp. Because Peter Obi is not building his support based on tribe or religion, he is building it based on truth, character, and trust. To make things worse for Tinubu, the economy is not helping him. Since subsidy was removed, life has become harder for millions of Nigerians. Food is expensive. Transport is costly. Electricity is not stable. Many people cannot pay rent or feed their families. Even those who voted for Tinubu are beginning to regret their choice. They whisper to their friends, "Maybe Peter Obi was the better man." When a president starts losing the support of his own voters, it becomes dangerous. Because once people feel they made a mistake, they begin to search for a way to correct it. That correction, in their minds, could be Peter Obi in 2027. And Tinubu knows this. So what is he doing behind the scenes? He is not just watching. His political machine is already working to fight Obi. His people are spreading false stories online, claiming Obi is connected to foreign groups, or that he is secretly working to divide Nigeria. They have started using social media influencers to create confusion and paint Obi as weak, dishonest, or inexperienced. They have also started attacking the Labour Party from inside. Fake members are being planted in the party to cause division. Some are filing court cases to challenge the leadership. Others are leaking documents to embarrass the movement. These are not accidents, they are planned strategies to slow Obi down and confuse his supporters. Even some government agencies are now watching Obi closely. His travel activities, his meetings, and even his social media posts are being monitored. Tinubu's people know that Obi does not need to make noise to win, he only needs to stay clean, keep moving, and remain focused. Another big concern for Tinubu's camp is the young population. Nigeria is a young country. Over 60% of the population is below the age of 35. Most of these young people do not trust the old political system. They want something fresh, real, and reliable. That's why many of them supported Obi in 2023. And now they are even more determined. Inside Aso Rock, many of Tinubu's advisors are quietly warning him. Sir, don't underestimate Peter Obi. He is coming back stronger. Some even suggest arresting him or trying to block his political activities. But others are afraid that such a move could backfire and make him even more popular. So, for now, the plan is to watch him closely, distract him, divide his party, and attack his image slowly. But the truth remains, Tinubu is not resting. He may smile in public, but inside, he is thinking about Peter Obi every day. Because deep down, he knows that the biggest threat to his second term is not the PDP or any old political name. It is the quiet, focused, and honest man from Anambra who refuses to go away. And that truth, more than anything else, is what keeps tension high inside Aso Rock. Peter Obi is not speaking loudly, but he is not sleeping. While others think the 2023 election is over, Obi sees it as the beginning of a new chapter. His mind is already focused on 2027, and every step he takes now is preparing for it. He knows that winning the presidency in Nigeria is not just about election day, it is about everything that happens in between. Peter Obi is planning quietly, but effectively. He is watching the economy, studying the political atmosphere, and building relationships with people who matter. These people are not necessarily the ones on TV or social media. Many of them are silent influencers, retired military leaders, elder statesmen, religious leaders, student union heads, grassroots organizers, and even some quiet supporters within the current system. One of Obi's greatest strengths is that he learns quickly. He has looked at what happened in 2023, the rigging, the technical issues, the INEC failures, and the voter suppression. And he is not just complaining about them anymore, he is preparing for them. This time, he is building legal teams early. He is strengthening polling agents across the country. He is working with young lawyers, tech experts, and data analysts. He is treating 2027 like a project that requires 4 years of planning. At the same time, the Obidient Movement has not died down. In fact, it has grown stronger. The Obidients, mostly young Nigerians from different tribes and religions, are still very active. They are on social media every day. They are in schools, markets, banks, hospitals, tech hubs, and churches. They are the new wave of Nigerian politics. And they are not backing down. What makes the Obidient Movement different is that it was not built with money or bribes. It was built with hope. It was built with the belief that one honest man can lead Nigeria the right way. And even though Peter Obi did not win in 2023, many young people still believe in him. They say, if we could come this far without money, then 2027 will be our year. This is not a normal political fan base. It is a full-time movement. Obidients are printing t-shirts, organizing town halls, speaking in their communities, writing articles, making documentaries, and even contesting in smaller elections under the Labour Party. Some of them are now councillors, lawmakers, and local organizers. They are learning how politics works from the ground up, and they are preparing for the future. President Tinubu knows this. He may not say it publicly, but he knows that Peter Obi is not just one man. He is a symbol. A symbol of honesty. A symbol of hard work. A symbol of a future that is different from the past. And the movement around him is not fading away, it is maturing. Tinubu's biggest fear is not just Peter Obi standing alone. His fear is Peter Obi plus the Obidient Movement, ready, united, and prepared in 2027. That combination is stronger than any political structure that money can buy. In Nigeria, politicians are used to paying people to follow them. But Obidients are volunteers. They use their own money, their own time, and their own skills to campaign. No one is forcing them. No one is bribing them. They are doing it because they believe in a cause. And that is powerful. Some people in Tinubu's government are trying to divide the Obidients. They say, Obi doesn't have structure, or Labour Party is in crisis. But those strategies are not working well. Obidients are not following Labour Party blindly, they are following values, justice, transparency, and progress. And as long as Peter Obi represents those values, they will remain with him. Obi is also changing how campaigns work. He is focusing on issues, not insults. He talks about healthcare, education, the economy, and good governance. He gives statistics. He gives plans. He explains policies. This style has made him different from the usual loud and empty campaign culture in Nigeria. And many young people, even those outside the Obidient movement, are beginning to admire it. Meanwhile, the situation in the country is helping Obi even more. The economy under Tinubu is not improving fast. Inflation is high. Fuel prices keep going up. Many Nigerians are tired and frustrated. Even people who once supported the ruling party are now saying, let us try something new. That new is looking more and more like Peter Obi. International groups are also paying attention. During and after the 2023 election, many foreign observers mentioned that Peter Obi brought fresh energy to Nigerian politics. They saw how organized his campaign was, despite the lack of funds. They saw the massive youth support. And they noticed that he stayed calm, peaceful, and focused, even when he was under pressure. Now, they are watching to see what he does next. And what they are seeing is a man who is serious, humble, and determined. Tinubu cannot ignore all these signs. That is why his government is quietly working to weaken Obi's chances. They are using misinformation, false media stories, political distractions, and internal sabotage in the Labour Party. But Obi is focused. He does not respond to every attack. He keeps building. He knows that 2027 is not far. In politics, 4 years is short. And while some politicians are dancing at parties or celebrating temporary wins, Obi is planning for something bigger. He is planning to correct what many believe went wrong in 2023. And this time, the Obidient movement is wiser. They know what to expect. They know how the system works. They are learning from past mistakes. And most of all, they are not afraid. So now, the question is no longer whether Peter Obi will contest again. The question is, when he does, will Nigeria finally choose the path it once rejected? That answer is coming in 2027. And President Tinubu knows that year may be the true battle. Not between two men, but between the past and the future.